So yeah, get your cuckolds here. That's right, we're talking about cuckolds. And I know what you're thinking to yourself, but that's a very weird topic to talk about after you've kind of been away for a while. But hey, you know me, or maybe you don't know me, but soon you probably will know that I have no shame. So let's talk about cuckolds, right? So I was having this conversation about cuckolds. You know, it's a weird conversation to have in public, but we had it anyway, me and my friend, pretty much in the middle of McDonald's during breakfast, as a matter of fact, which is kind of even weirder. But here's the thing, we kind of talk about cuckolds, and we kind of just talking randomly about some porn stars, whatever, because we actually saw, believe it or not, you can actually not believe it, we actually saw Mariah Mills in New York City. So that was kind of a very big deal for me, and it was very hard for me to even navigate through the city after that. But anyways, we talked about this thing, and we pretty much going through a whole bunch of porn trends, saying, yeah, there's a lot of things I just don't get with porn. Sometimes you just can't get it up with porn when it comes to certain fucking, genres of the thing. There's a lot of weird shit in porn. But one of the main ones that we kind of talked about was cuckolds. And my friend was basically saying that, yeah, I never would be into cuckolds. They're just not really my thing. Now, if you don't know the definition of cuckold, very simple. A sexual partner is having sex with someone else, while the other sexual partner pretty much watches and hopefully gets pleasure, or maybe they're getting tortured, or just whatever the fuck it is, but that's pretty much the thing. Men, women, there's no discrimination in a cuckold, pretty much. But it's mainly the men watching the woman fuck another dude, particularly probably a black dude when it comes to cuckolds. The thing about cuckolds is that it gets nasty when it kind of gets to the weird, I guess you say gay shit, whether you want to be offended or not. When somebody's putting their shit next to another dude's face, that's weird. That's just weird. But the thing is, though, when they said, yeah, I've never been a cuckold, my buddy said, I pretty much had to almost blow his mind like I'm, Christopher Nolan, or pretty much the guy from Scanners. The thing is that when I told him, everybody's been in a fucking cuckold. If you watch porn, you've been in a cuckold. So he looked at me and saying, we should talk about Willis, which is a little bit weird because my name is Chris. But the thing is, right, he pretty much says this shit, and I tell him, we've all pretty much been cuckolded, if you really think about it, right? If you're watching porn, you've been cuckolded, whether you're a man or a fucking woman. If you're in porn, right, or you pretty much are watching porn, you kind of are in a fantasy, right? You kind of look at these porn stars like they're almost your girlfriends. Some people take it a little bit overboard, some people don't. Some people visualize themselves as that dude fucking a hot chick, and you kind of are in there. But the thing is, you're not that guy. You're the guy watching. So therefore, the girl that you think is your girlfriend, fantasy, or not, and the guy that you want to kind of fuck you, if you're a girl thinking that fantasy, you are watching, you are getting off to that shit from the sidelines, from the bitch. Coach ain't calling you in, you watching that shit from the sidelines, player. Right? So the way I see it is that when you're actually watching porn, you jerking off, you fingering yourself, whatever the fuck you want to do, right? You are the cuckolded motherfucker. You are the guy in the corner jerking off and actually getting pleasure after watching the guy that you probably wanted to see in a scene with this girl that you wanted to see in the scene. So therefore, you're setting up the fantasy of the fucking cuckold. This might seem confusing. This might be blowing your mind, or this might be some obvious shit. It doesn't really matter, right? That's just a simple thing about a cuckold. Now, like I said, this might be obvious, it might not be, or I'm just, who knows? The shit that just kind of comes out of my mouth. But like I said, porn's a very interesting and weird thing, right? People kind of think of themselves inside the fantasy or whatever it may be, but at the end of the day, you are that guy watching. And nothing's worse than when you actually are, watching porn and they actually look at the camera. It's weird. It's almost like it's just they fucking look at me when I'm doing that or doing that, or what the fuck you want to do. It's kind of a weird thing, isn't it, right? Because once they look at the camera, I feel like that just kills the illusion very quickly, and it just makes it look like you're spying on people, just to begin with. And then the moment you actually kind of get some ejaculation going, then you kind of almost feel bad about it, because you really do feel like you're the guy there. You're like, damn, I kind of wish I was in that, but then it is what it is. If you're picking out certain scenes with certain actors, male and female, then you are pretty much being the guy who's cuckolded. Your fantasy is to see your fantasy girlfriend or your fantasy dude fuck this person, and then you jerk off from the sidelines. That's cuckolding, people. You've been cuckolded. You just have not noticed that shit your entire life. Now, there you have it. I'm explaining the world here, people. Yeah, there it is. A very quick video, because that's what I'm going to kind of be doing now. We're talking about cuckolds. You know what? Fuck it. I might just be talking about, top 10 Bang Bros videos of the week. Who knows what the future fucking holds. But for right now, take this cuckolding into account. Think about it when you actually fucking watch the next porn. I'm not saying cut off porn. Matter of fact, I'm watching porn right now. You just don't see it. See what I mean? Either way, comment, subscribe, and like. I'm Chris Smith. You know this shit already. Or maybe you don't, but subscribe. I'm signing out.